Good morning, church. So, are we ready for a performance, a power-packed performance by the women of our church? So, we present to you a skit based on the story of Deborah and Barak. And it is titled, The Lord is My Shield. Before the people of Israel demanded a king, God appointed judges. People who would speak to the people and help the people live for God. God appointed the first judge, named Othniel, in 1391 BC, and the second judge was named Ehud. The third judge was named Deborah, and...
Oh, no. 1 minute. Wait a minute, Miss Narrator.
Yes, Daisy?
I think you made a mistake. Didn't you say the next judge is named Deborah?
Yes, that's right.
But Deborah is a girl's name.
Yes, you heard that right, Daisy. The third judge of Israel was a woman named Deborah. You see, God doesn't use men alone, He uses women and girls too.
Oh my. Wait till I go tell Shirley about this now.
Once again, the people of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord. So, the Lord allowed Canaanites to overthrow the people. They had to obey their laws and pay high taxes. Of course, the people cried out to God, and He answered to them by sending a woman to be the next judge. She would sit outside under a tree. People would come to see her and bring their problems to her. One day, God had her call a man named Barak, who was the leader of one of Israel's armies.
Madam,
did somebody call for me?
Barak, God has some orders for you. He wants you to take 10,000 men and fight the army of General Sisera. The victory will be yours.
Me? General Sisera? 900 iron chariots? All right, but you must come with me.
Well, because you didn't trust God, when you win this battle, the honor of defeating General Sisera will go to a woman.
You see, Barak was afraid to go without Deborah going along with him. So she went along, and the army successfully defeated the much larger and better equipped army of the Canaanites. And do you remember what Deborah said who would defeat Sisera? Yes, a woman. Well, his army was running away from the Israelites.
Come here. Come into my tent where you may rest. Don't be afraid.
Water. Please give me water. I am thirsty.
Here, you may have some milk. Just lie out.
The milk did the trick on the tired and battle-worn Sisera. It wasn't long before
Stand at the doorway of the tent. If anyone comes along and asks about me, say that I'm not there.
It wasn't long before Sisera was sound asleep. Then Jael took a tent peg and a hammer and quietly went over to Sisera. While he slept, she drove the tent peg through his temples and into the ground, killing the general. Later, when Barak came looking for Sisera, Jael went out to meet him.
Come here. I'll show you the man you're searching for.
The Lord has given us the victory.
I told you you should trust God.
The story of Deborah and Barak is violent, yet it shows that God uses women as well as men. The Lord came to defend Israel time and again from various enemies. It says in Joshua, he fought for Israel. He needed just a change in their hearts, and when they repented, he came to their help. He was their shield. Now let's move forward in timeline. The story of Stephen is familiar to all. He took a brave stand against the high and mighty of his time. At the end of his trial, he boldly accused the accusers.
You stiff necked people, your hearts and your ears are still uncircumcised. You are like your ancestors. You have always resisted the Holy Spirit. You uphold the law. You say you were given the law by the angels, but you have not obeyed it. Indeed, you have betrayed and murdered the righteous one.
Come on, let's stone him. He must die.
The members of the Sanhedrin were furious. They gnashed their teeth and dragged him to be stoned.
Lord, forgive them the sin.
When you see how Stephen and many martyrs after him suffered and died, you wonder whether Lord was their shield. Elizabeth Elliot was the wife of Jim Elliot, the missionary to the Orcas, a savage tribe who only knew the way of violence. He and 5 other missionaries were killed while making contact with the tribe. In the aftermath, this is what Elizabeth says. God shields us from most of the things we fear, but when he chooses not to shield us, he unfailingly allots grace in measure needed. Yes, we know God is our shield, our protector, but we have also experienced times when he allows us to go through certain tough circumstances. He wants you to know he is there for you. The Lord is your shield.